The pride of Plum Coulee, Rosemary Siemens, is known around the world as a violinist, a singer, and a girl who loves her sparkles and bling. Rosemary has been wowing people all over the world, from the Vatican to the White House. And this is how last week in Nashville she brought down the house at the Grand Ole Opry. She closed the Inspirational Country Music Awards with a showstopper version of the old hymn, Jesus Loves Me. And judging by the standing ovation she got at the end of it, Nashville now loves her too. We've reached Rosemary at her home in Vancouver. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi, Janet. Thanks for having me.
Oh, great to have you here. How did it feel standing on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry?
There is nothing like it. It's been my dream. You know, my first concert ever was at the Grand Ole Opry when I was 1 year old. My parents took me there, and I put it on a vision board last year, and I recently had the incredible experience to actually go backstage and watch the show with the Grand Ole Opry from the church pew right on the stage with Ricky Skaggs and his band, and spend some time with him there. And after that experience, I said, this is the next place I want to play. And a few months later, this is amazing. Writing a song with Joe Beck and Bill Shore, famous writers from the States. I was Skype writing with them. I said, I want to write a song about playing at the Grand Ole Opry. And this was January 26th. And January 27th, my manager, Dale Penner, calls me and he says, guess where you're playing? The Grand Ole Opry.
Unbelievable. And the next thing you have to do, of course, is find childcare. You say your parents took you to the Grand Ole Opry when you were 1. Well, they had an important role in this gig, too, didn't they?
They sure did. You know, my mom started me on piano, violin, and voice at 3 years old, and she drove me to Winnipeg sometimes 3 to 4 times a week from Plum Coulee. It's an hour-and-a-half drive each way. And my parents have followed me in all my endeavors, and they've just been so supportive. And my husband, he's a world-renowned saxophone player, was playing at Maui for Merrill Lynch, and so he couldn't come, and we have a 6-month-old baby, Theodore. So my parents were in Florida, and I said, Mom and Dad, please, can you extend your trip by 3 weeks and drive to Nashville and meet me in the airport and come to see me play at the Grand Ole Opry? And that didn't take too much convincing, and it was so special to kind of share that experience with them after all they've given me, and I can live my dream because of what they invested in my life. So I was just so happy to do that.
Well, I can imagine as a grandparent that would be just the best phone call ever to get. Come hang out with your grandson for a while and help me do this. Do you remember, did you glance backstage and see your parents? What did their faces look like?
It was amazing. And you know, I wanted them to watch the show. It was a big awards show. It was for the Inspirational Country Music Awards. So I was hanging out with backstage with Theodore most of the time, and then they quickly did a switch over, and then I just remember looking out, and it was amazing. It was just, there was nothing like it. And for people that don't know, I was writing a song called Standing in the Circle, and for those of you that don't know about the Circle at the Opry, it used to be at the Ryman, the Grand Ole Opry, and it moved in 1974 to this other venue. But they took the floor of the Ryman, a circle, and they've moved that to the new venue. And so when you stand in that circle, that's the pivotal moment of being at the Opry, because every famous country musician has stood in that circle. And so to go finally stand there and just think about all the performers that have stood there before, and to look out and see your family, it's just, there's nothing like it.
I have goosebumps just imagining it. So what are you putting on your vision board next?
Well, we're just working on our new album, writing songs, and so for this one I'd love to have a PBS special. It's my dream to have a PBS special and share the stories of my life and had some crazy experiences, and to just share those stories and bring in friends that are amazing musicians that I've shared in my life. I would love to feature them, and I'd love to win a Grammy for my next inspirational country album.
Well, you put that right down in your vision board, and knowing you, it'll happen. Rosemary Siemens, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Rosemary Siemens joining us from her home in Vancouver.